awesome game as we were doing it. And we are back to pick some bands. And why is my music stopped? That's really bad. We don't want music stop. We want music playing. We want music going. We're going to be going in this. So, back to the League of Legends. I'm Jake Kelton, your shoutcaster for this game. We got some awesome new people in here. T-Bagger2, we got Renson, we got Fluffiest37. Welcome to League of Shoutcasting. I'm, as I already said, Jake Kelton. I shoutcast games, I solo cast them for people who just want to have an awesome game, an awesome time, awesome fun, and that's simply what they're looking for. You can find all of these games on both Twitch and YouTube after you play them. Give me about a day to get them uploaded, but otherwise I'll get them out there for you. A lot of people like to go back to their original games to watch their plays, see what they can do better, see where their farming struggles. All of those things are great things to do. I've had a lot of compliments on people saying, your shoutcasting is great, but just putting these videos up for me to watch how I play helps me a ton, so you can do that as well. Had a bunch of different compliments from the last time that I did some casting. So, bans! Darius Garen, no surprise there, we always get those guys banned out. Yasuo, this time being banned out against the enemy team. We saw him last game, really strong, was one of the reasons why Riven had such a hard time in that top lane. So great ban there. Nasus being banned out, you don't want the power of the late game Nasus, like one-shotting towers, that's absolutely ridiculous. But he has to actually farm to that point, so if you take a good top laner against him, you're going to be alright. So that Nasus target ban, though. Obviously, somebody knew that another player wanted Nasus, so they banned him out. I like it. I have banned Yasuo accidentally. Don't worry, it's still a good ban, though. It doesn't matter. Veigar and Mordekaiser are also banned out. No surprise there in their strengths. They're just absolute bursting champions. Mordekaiser, you don't think of a bursting champion except when he gets that third proc off. You actually, that was one of the reasons in the World's Games, I think it was CLG, won the game, or lost the game, either way. Because of a Mordekaiser hit, did 1,100 damage to the AD carry on the enemy team, and crushed her. Her health went from green to red and gone, and that was it. It was crazy. So, spam. Spam! I think this is spam. I don't even know what that is. That's a lot of spam. Hi, bro! Dooney! Welcome! Welcome to Shoutcasting. If you're new here, are you playing? Are you in this game or not? I'm not sure whether you're in the game or not, but if you are, that's awesome. If you're not, welcome to League of Shoutcasting, and you can jump in next game. So, back to pick some bands. We've got Big Coin picking up the Xerath. Xerath, right? He's so rarely played. Xerath in the mid lane, more than likely. What an interesting champion, especially with his ultimate, throwing down those arcane blasts. Just from such a massive distance. Dooney has followed. You can get a hug. Hugs. Ah, the loves and hugs. All of the hugs. Because you, my man, are awesome. So you get hugs because everyone's awesome. $20. $20. $20 for the best. eKang098X picking up the Tom Canch. Okay, that champion is really strong. I don't know why that champion isn't banned in every game, because he is insanely strong. The ability to eat his AD carry, keep them alive, and gain health based upon how much damage his shield takes is absurd. But still, very strong champion. But if you get the CC on him, and especially if you crush him early game, his late game is crushed. And it's very, very hard for him to come back. Your Drunk Granny, no surprise, on the Riven. As per always, we talked last game about the strengths on that one. I still got to keep going here because we got to move around to the other teams. Blue team, or not blue team this time, instead is Team Solo Teemo, taking up Fluffiest37. We've got, Ato is going to be playing the Warwick in the jungle. My brother, Leet Badaz, plays Warwick in the jungle and does a dominating job of it. His ultimate is basically a Malzahar ultimate that pretty much can't be stopped. It's very, very strong. On top of his overall tankiness is just going to beat people in the face. And then you have Shen in the top lane, thinks he can take out this Riven. We will see. Last game, the Xin Zhao was able to do that. Solo 1v1 at level 3, I believe it was able to kill the Riven. We'll see if Shen can do it as well. More than likely just going to tank her out and survive until level 6. Elizalyn picking up the Rek'Sai. We've seen that before, as well as T.I. Jeff on the Riven. I'm going to go ahead and run through, or Vayne, I'm going to run through every one of their champions while we have this minute remaining, before then analyzing for the next 3 minutes. So, last but not, I am not Donnie, I killed him, I am Captain Teemo, Captain Teemo, Captain Teemo, Captain Teemo. Yeah, Captain Teemo's the best. Captain Teemo on duty. I said duty. Big Coin taking Xerath in the mid lane, I believe it is, for Team Solo mid, Captain Teemo. Ado with the Warwick in the jungle. Fluffy S37 with the Shen in the top lane. Aliuna taking the Tristana in the bottom lane AD carry role with Ignite. And Teabagger 2 taking the Treebagger 2. Blitzcrank in the bottom lane with all those hooks. Over on red team, Team Kamikaze. Why is it red Kamikaze? This is Team Kamikaze. We've got Ekang098 playing Tom Kench in the bottom lane support role. Your Drunk Granny on the Riven in the top lane. Eliza on the Rex side in the jungle. T.I. Jeff with the Vayne in the bottom lane AD carry role. And Renson with the LeBlanc in the mid lane. Got it that time. God, it feels so good. It feels so good. I hate to play against a Teemo with an AD champion. Oh, it's a nightmare. Those blinds are terrible. But we don't have to worry about it this game because the devil of League of Legends doesn't exist for this game. So my division is Platinum 97. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually still in Silver. I tried to play some games earlier and it's really terrible. So I look different. What do you mean I look different? What? I don't think I look all that different. Anyway, so sorry about that. I didn't mean to absolutely bloody everyone's ears. That's probably really bad. I meant to just like a light clap. Okay. Tristana, Blitzcrank, very strong lane again in the bottom lane. Blitzcrank is so highly picked right now. It's crazy because even though he got some debuffs, he also got some buffs. When he hooks, it's going to crush you. He's got the knockups. He's got the silence. There's so many things going for them, but they have to do really well, and they're against this Tom Kench and Vayne, which is a very, very powerful bottom lane, so we'll see which one wins out in the end. The LeBlanc versus Xerath should go in Renson's favor, but it's not guaranteed. LeBlanc is a very strong champion, but the thing is LeBlanc has to jump in and jump out to do most of the damage. And when she jumps in, where she jumps out is extremely predictable. So when she jumps in, Xerath can simply shoot a stun to where she jumps back to, and know that it's going to hit her, more than likely. She could delay her jump back, you kind of have to time it a little bit, but the thing with Xerath is he wants to survive that initial burst, and then as soon as she jumps back, he gets a free stun on her, and he can burst a ton of damage back onto her. And then the other thing is that if Xerath lives through his burst, but LeBlanc is very low health, LeBlanc, even if she disengages, Xerath can just shoot a whole bunch of arcane barrages in and finish her off. Actually, that is... no, that's Living Artillery. I'm getting back into this. Kog'Maw with the ultimate. So, you like to carry your master? Dooney, I would love it if you carried a master. I would play with you every freaking day if I could. That would be so much fun. So, the mustache. Is the mustache new? I'm pretty sure I've always had a mustache with beard. I don't like mustache by itself. I don't like beard by itself. But, if I had to predict a team to win, I'm putting it on red team. What? Why is it still not team there? What on earth? I'm really failing at this naming thing right now. Team Kamikaze. Nope, it just says team. Team Kamikaze. I don't know why it's not save file. Save. Huh. It is not wanting to show up. I gotta work on that, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I don't know why Team 2's not showing up. It's not doing it right. Team 2. Let me do this real fast to see if I can fix this before we're into the game. Gotta hurry. Desktop. Gotta find it. Nope, that's not what I want. Team 2. Open. Okay. Nope, Team Kamikaze is still not working, so whatever. I need to go to sleep now, bro, for 4 o'clock. Is it like 4 a.m. there? Goodness gracious, Dooney. Well, good night, and thank you for dropping by, hanging out. Thank you for the follow. You're awesome. Maybe next time you can actually check in to actually play with us. Hopefully that'll happen. But otherwise, here's the last hug. Hug. While you go, and I will definitely see you next time that we do it. Oh, that's what happened. We don't... Okay, that's the problem there. Whoop. Save. Team Kamikaze. We had Team, and then we entered Team Kamikaze, so that's why we failed on everything. But Team Kamikaze fixed, so nice team hat. Thank you, the God Among Us. I appreciate that. Among Us? Yeah, the God Among Us. So you are the God. The God Among Us. Hey, you followed as well. I appreciate that. JKShoutcasting team. That is awesome. And see, you guys make up the shoutcasting team. I simply get to shoutcast. You guys are actually the ones who play. So we are now into game, ladies and gentlemen. This is game 2 of the evening, and we're going to be playing a whole bunch of them. We still got another at least 2 games to go, and I am freaking excited to play the ball. But in the meantime, let's get into this game. Tom Kench and Blitzcrank going head-to-head in that bottom lane. Eating versus hooking. Who's going to win? It looks like Blitzcrank's going fishing tonight. That's what I'm seeing. Vayne versus Tristana, AD carries versus each other, spears versus bombs, or little bolts versus bombs. Who will win? In the mid lane, we're going to have a LeBlanc versus Xerath. Going to be going back and forth, head to head. Why can't I move anybody? There we go. In the jungle, Rek'Sai versus Warwick, and Riven and Shen in the top lane. So Xerath seems, I believe he just reconnected to the game. So see you tomorrow if you're streaming. If I'm streaming, hopefully, probably not. I don't think I'll actually be streaming tomorrow. But if not, don't worry. Definitely will get you out next time I stream. So Vayne doing a little bit of dance. Everybody do the Vayne dance. Ooh, I got text messages, guys. It wasn't from a lady. I was very excited. I was like, did I get texted by a lady? Nope, no ladies texting me. Just some dudes texting me. If you're a dude and you want to text me, hit me up. So good, these puns. These puns, they're puntastical. They're punalicious. No, not quite, but yeah, they're beautiful nonetheless. Anyway, so lanes to watch. I got to do some analyzation here as the game's a little slow because no one's invading. It's always fun when there's a level 1 invade, but it looks like both lanes are going to be staying safe. Blue team needs to get a good early advantage. They can carry into the late game if Warwick and Shen get good, but they definitely could use an early advantage, especially with the Tristana. However, it is definitely on Red's side to get a late game, survive into the late game, because they have a Vayne, a Rek'Sai, and a Riven. Those late game champions are almost untouchable. It's absolutely insane, as well as the tankiness of Tahm Kench is going to be doing a really good job. So both junglers starting in the bottom side of the jungle, so they should be reaching the top about the same time. But it looks like Shen's going to be playing a little pro here and grabbing the wolves, which is actually going to be the same amount of experience as Riven in the top lane, just getting those minions. And then he's going to be able to go up there and grab minions as well. So if he hurries, I want to check actually what he's doing right now. Nope, he's still taking the wolves, just taking his time with it. Okay, so he's got some wolves. Then he's going to recall and probably teleport to the top lane, giving him a little bit of buy advantage. A recall just takes for an eternity. There's some extra potions he's got, and now he teleports to the top lane. Not sure that was the advantage he wanted, but we'll see if that works out for him in the end. There's a nice pull onto Tahm Kench by Blitzcrank. Teabagger getting a little bit of damage, and that fish is just going to waddle away. But that is hook 1 for Blitzcrank. Freak Jr. I'm trying, bro. Renson in the mid lane, down to half health there. Xerath getting a little bit of poke with those Qs, Arcane Blasts. Playing the guitar tongue, that's what I like to see. This Tahm Kench so bored he's playing his tongue like a guitar. It's a tongue-tar. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, a great pull from Blitzcrank on Tide Jeff. He's going to be taking a lot of damage. The bomb might be able to finish him off. No, there's the heal that's gone out, but turning it back around, there's a great stun onto Blitzcrank. He's going to be trying to get away from that one. 3 procs on him from the Tahm Kench. That fish wants to eat him so badly, but not going to get the opportunity before those procs go away. Still, a great amount of damage there. Good trades back and forth between the two. In the top lane, Riven initiating level 3, getting a ton of damage onto Fluffiest, knock him down to half health, but he has all of those potions. He's going to be potion away. Another great pull onto Tahm Kench. There's a bomb as well. He's put the shield on him. Is he going to get out of this one? Probably not too. Probably just fine. However, that Blitzcrank is very low health and doesn't have a whole lot of mana. So the flash bite, though, I want to see what's happening in the bottom lane. In the top lane, Riven taking a lot of damage. Too much underneath the tower. First blood over. We're actually going to back up now and watch this one. So Riven engages too high underneath the tower. However, in the bottom lane, we're going to stay down here. Make sure we stay down here. So Tahm Kench going to get in here. There's 2 procs on the Blitzcrank. Gets the throw and flashes in and eats him before throwing him away. Spits him back out. He's very low health. There's the condemn, but he's not going to send him into the wall. The chase now onto him. But now Tristana turning around onto the Tahm Kench. One more shot should be able to get him. The exhaust is so much. There's the bomb, but no, she doesn't. The bomb might finish off Tahm Kench, and does. He does a little bit of a dance before finally going down with his tongue laying out. What a dead fish. But that's still 1 kill for each member of Team Kamikaze in that bottom lane. I like the Kamikaze effect because Riven dived underneath the tower as well as Tahm Kench. They are tower diving so hard for kills. However, worked a little bit better for Team Kamikaze in the bottom lane than the top lane. So this is the 2nd time the Eardrum Granny has been killed before it's taken out the opponent. Fluffy is 37, doing a nice job at that top lane, baiting her underneath the tower, getting a good bit of damage and finishing her off. Now a single level above her, and still has potions to hang out here in the top lane as long as he wants. But the triple sword start from Riven. She's going to be looking for as much damage as possible. A great pull onto Ty. Jeff condemns him immediately into the wall before he can knock her up, and then she's flying away. She does not want to get pregnant in that bottom lane. Big Coin now down very low, health level 5. He throws out his stun, not going to land on anyone. Eliza doesn't get the knock-up. Is going to get the slow, though. Renson down a little bit low health. Big Coin getting bait out just a little bit on poking the clone, not exactly her, but she's sticking around in the mid lane, has a lot of farm. She wants to make sure she keeps. There's the shield from here, Drunk Granny, making sure she stays up, but Fluffiest isn't going to fall for that one, just continuing to farm up. That's the nice thing about Shen, is he can just heal all day long, but Rivian has a lot of damage. Your Drunk Granny coming back in, has the shield as well, continues to poke away. Does not have level 6 yet, but will have a ton of damage when level 6 comes around. Warwick going ahead and clearing one of those tunnels away from Rek'Sai. Shen realizes, hey, I've got my teleport up here just shortly. He'll actually have to walk all the way back to lane. But he decides, without any potions, to play it safe and go ahead and back. So, 2-2, nothing too crazy so far. Well, a lot of crazy fights, but no advantage, no clear advantage coming out here so far. The farm between these AD carries is almost identical. The farm between the mid laners is almost identical. It is the top lane. Riven has about 20 farm over the Shen, that a little bit of an advantage comes out, but it is still a small one indeed. Blitzcrank Hook just barely missing the tail of Tom Kench, just flying right by. However, I liked earlier where Tom Kench was grabbing his hat in the middle of the hook. It was pretty awesome. Bitcoin going to take a little bit of damage from the LeBlanc. She's trying to get up there in damage, but I started with a Chalice to make sure she has the mana to continue to grab this farm. LeBlanc is a very hard champion to farm initially until she gets some really good ability power. Not going to have that. The single auto attack onto Rek'Sai actually hurt Xerath because of that Gromp passive, that you're going to have that extra poison damage that hits you with that. I think Callista's Twin Fangs actually proc off of that Gromp, so that's the thing to keep in mind as well. Your Drunk Granny getting a little bit of damage. No, the Shen turnaround. You're going to jump in and taunt her away, so she has to attack him a couple different times. He started off, he's looking for probably a Sunfire cape, but where we're going to catch her, he's only level 5, not level 6. Your Drunk Granny on the run, went ahead and ulted and flashed there. There's that Xerath. Oh, one more shot. Doesn't hit her with either of those, but Warwick going to help out as Fluffiest37 gets the last hit. So, huge props to your Drunk Granny for dodging almost all 3 of those, dodging the first 2 of those hits. However, still went down because of having to dodge. Still was able to be taken out. But Renson now looking for the Warwick, as Liza in here want to make sure that that engage was not for a complete loss. Shen to help or ulting in. Thought there was going to be more of an engagement than there was. Liza still wants in. A little bit of damage, but the taunt onto Liza Lynn. He's going to have to flash away to get up from that one. LeBlanc stunned up. Can't you get in onto this? The Great Barrier. The Ignite is down. Bitcoin does go down. LeBlanc picks that one up. In the meantime, that is going to be the AD carry being eaten by Red Team. Renson on the run. He has his clone out. Eliza Lynn trying to get away. There's the taunt. Can this fish escape this time? Starts to swim away. A great tunnel escape. Warwick chasing him, but is he fast enough yet? Riven now turning around, trying to get engaged on this one. We can't see what's happening because Warwick just turns around as Riven moves in, and that's going to be the recall. Riven's still chasing in onto Warwick. I'm waiting for the directed camera to catch back up. In the bottom lane, there's going to be a great pick onto Ty. Jeff, can he get out of this one? There's a bomb. No, the bomb explodes and finishes her off. Riven chasing in on Ato. Very low health. Just a couple of more auto attacks. Riven, now that she's caught up, should be able to finish him off with one more auto attack. Boom! Into the back. And the Warwick takes it as it chops off his tail. Blitzcrank still hanging out in the bottom lane. It's landed some pretty stinking good hooks so far this game. Teabagger doing just fine. 0-1-1. No farm whatsoever as he did grab the ancient coin. So no accidental minion steals with those hooks, making sure they land on the enemy champions. So, however, there is a little bit of gold on the Tristana's side now, having taken out that Vayne in the bottom lane. So making sure that she stays up in gold. Gonna grab some grumps before recalling and using the 1,550 gold. I can't see why she wouldn't buy a BF sword. In the top lane, it's going to be a Brutalizer finished by Riven. She's going to turn around and get a little bit of damage onto Fluffiest and just dash out of that one. But Xerath coming up again. There's the ward. Did see him. Can he get in here? Vayne apparently DC'd and then reconnected. Oh, Riven. Nice dodging there. He's able to get out of that one. Dodge 1. Dodge 2. The tri-pattern. The tri-pattern. The tri-pattern. And your Drunk Granny gets out of that one just fine. That's the tri-pattern. If the Xerath ultimates, all you have to do is walk in a triangle. Walk in a triangle. You'll be fine. Your Drunk Granny just shielding out a little bit of damage from Shen. very good on this Riven, even though 1 and 2, but has drawn so much attention from other lanes. However, that's going to be Xerath back up here, but no, Fluffiest just tanks the tower, walks right in, and grabs the kill. But that was due to the great zoning by Xerath. You saw his Arcane Blast going behind the turret, so she had to move towards the front side of the turret, and Shen could just walk right in and grab her. Ekan gonna get a little damage on the Blitzcrank. Is he gonna try to pull blind into this bush? It doesn't look like that he is. However, he did get that, I almost fired that one, Sightstone in the bottom lane, so he's gonna have some extra wards. Rek'Sai looking for maybe a dragon. There's pings by red team. Team Kamikaze, are they gonna go into the tower? JKShoutcast taking some damage. There's the bomb on, I think that the bomb actually goes off and does the damage to Tahm Kench if he eats it the right time on the Vayne. So rather than spitting Vayne out and her taking the damage, I think he could have taken the damage. A Teabagger looking for a hook, uses speed boost. Can he grab it? No, Vayne's going to dodge it, and now he's going to be slowed in just a second once he turns around. But all the damage onto Tristan, she's going to leap off to the side. But it is all a great bait there, because the dragon's being taken over. Warwick going to finalize them. They took the jungler down. There's no chance to smite, but LeBlanc tried to get it anyway and instantly taunted by Shen. And now going to be on the run. Renson looking for an opportunity to get out and has the blue buff, so might be able to escape from this one with the jump. Warwick hanging just off to the side, doesn't want to go down. There's the clone and the jump from LeBlanc, so you know which one it is. However, just trying to get away from the Shen, should be able to make it out alive thanks to that blue buff. There's a teleport from Shen, head back towards the top lane, doesn't want Riven taking the tower. And in the bottom lane, Vayne has made it back 6 and 4. Red team's struggling this game. Kamikaze dying just a few too many times. Teabagger now on the run. Eklund just looking for Luna. She's got the jump though. Teabagger not condemned into the wall. That Vayne not going to hit. However, that's going to be 3. And the flash jumping in onto Blitzcrank there. Spits him out, but that is so low health for Tahm Kench. There's a great knockup onto Ty Jeff. Izzy does not. Gets the ultimate by the Buster Shot from Tristana straight into the wall and goes down. Huge plays in the bottom lane for Team Solo Teemo. What a fantastic job, Elizelyn taking the red buff in there. As the blast from Bitcoin continue to rain down on Renson. 1-0-0 has done a fairly decent job of not. Look at all the dodging. This LeBlanc is just dodging everything. So great job there. As Bitcoin hasn't done a whole lot either. 0-1-2, mostly just a farm game between these two champions, as they are equal on farm, 65 to 63, making sure they both stay up there. So a little bit of farm advantage on the Tristana, but mostly it was those last 2 kills that were just huge for her in the bottom lane. So she is very happy with almost an Infinity Edge finish. Renson misses the Ethereal Chain, so our Bitcoin almost going down here as Rek'Sai comes in just to say hi. And now Renson's so low health. Is he going to be able to get out of that one? Clone split in directions. Great job there from Xerath into the top lane. Drunk Granny getting some damage onto Fluffiest. 37 taunted. Not quite underneath the tower. Has not used the ultimate yet. Going to be waiting until the last opportunity to do so. Turns it back around. Fluffiest 37. Your Drunk Granny very low health. Shields off to the side. So that is going to be Shen actually coming into the mid. Ato has the ultimate and not going to be able to do anything. Riven goes down. Warwick with a great distance ultimate. Condemned to the wall. Teabagger is going to take a little bit of damage. Not too much though. Starting to build a little bit tanky perhaps. Does have that Sightstone, so have that extra health, and now the boost of mobility going to get him everywhere on the map that he wants to go. Hook going to land on a minion. That did not look like it was going to land on anything, but that's the hitbox of Blitzcrank. You never know where those things are going to land. 9 kills to 4. Please don't let Granny play anymore. He's calling our LeBlanc a retard. So many trolls these games, and all I wanted was a good evening of having fun. Alright. Well, what we can do is that's not necessarily worth never letting Granny play again, but there will be some. It's not even trash talk. It's legit. Just uses an unwarranted ruin to this. I would agree, T.I. I would agree, T.I. Jeff. Thank you for letting me know. We can do sorry, E-King now running away. T.I. Jeff taking a bit of damage. We can do a not allowed to play for X number of games kind of a thing. Maybe not allowed to play for the rest of the evening. He's already played in 2 games. It's the second game he's played in, and so that kind of would. He's warranted. You know, played his 2 games. You know, we'll let some other people play instead. So that may be what we do. I have to actually write up rules for that. I should do that. Thank you for a reminder on that, T.I. Jeff. I appreciate that a lot. So T.I. Bagger. Oh, just missing that hook on that one. Blue turret going down. That's gonna be Riven taking that one in the top lane. Shen looking for a engage, but says, you know what, I'm not too worried about that. Has the Sunfire cape, but now also looks like he's building a Blade of the Ruined King, so he wants some damage as well. So making sure he's tanky and does damage. In the top lane of Drink Granny continuing to chase in LeBlanc in the mid lane, still taking a little bit of damage. Can't quite dodge everything. Grabbing some extra farm there before jumping back. Xerath trying to get a little bit of a stun in there. Blitzcrank coming to help out. Has those boots of mobility. There's the clone, though, for LeBlanc. She's going to be able to get out of that one. Eliza taking the blue buff. Doesn't necessarily need the blue buff other than for cooldowns, which those tunnels would get her around a lot faster. Pings on the Riven headed towards the mid lane. Looks like Xerath is going to make his way back. Nicely warded there in the river. Warwick taking up the red buff, making sure that he stays as strong as possible. But Eliza's just around the corner. Here comes the land shark. Creepy, creepy. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Riven and LeBlanc headed down here. Dragon's up in a minute 36. So a little early for the Dragon. That would opportune some moments for jumping on Warwick. Ado going to get some damage, but Teabagger just around the corner. Make sure to pull the Riven right underneath the tower. So much damage onto Eliza. There's the bomb as well. Tristana Buster shotting him away. That should be able to finish her off. And now the rest of the team is turning on to Ty Jeff. That Vayne going down as well. Warwick picking up that kill. Blue team coming in huge. Solo mid, taking advantages left and right. Warwick needs one hit. Just laughs. Just laughs. There's the taunt. And the great pull onto Tom Kench. He's not going to be able to shield his way out of this one. Maybe. Nope. Still going to go down. Face of the mountain. Not going to keep him alive for too long. Renson down to half health there. The clone has been activated. And now back on the run. Oh! One arcade blast. Two arcade blasts. Oh! Oh! The flash! Oh! The stun gets her! What a huge play! Renson goes down in the mid lane. But the outplays are real! Big coin! Misses everything other than the last shot. Balancing the team does not exist. Ekang, we will fix that next game. And by that, I just mean, I thought the teams were balanced. We had 2 plats on each team, 2 golds on each team. It seemed pretty balanced to me. But we'll double check that in the next game and make sure that it's a little more balanced on that one. But the faces, what? Huge plays there. That was probably the game highlight. The game highlight of dodging right there. Oh, beautiful. Totally worth shoutcasting this entire game just for that moment. Thank you, Renson. Thank you, Bitcoin, for that one. That was awesome. Your drunk Granny hopping over the wall saying hi to Fluffy is going to get a stun and start to run away. The taunt is down. Can Granny get out of this one? Uses the ultimate. Chop. She is slicing. She is dicing. She is making julienne fries. Ado now running away. No, I'm turning in onto Iceland there. Just back and forth on here. The Riven still getting a little bit of damage onto Shen. The shield not going to quite last. Who's going to come out of the lead? There's the knock-up. Now Riven on the run. Gets one last Q and makes it out alive. The recall going down now. Red team hanging around the Dragon, but Tristana's just around the corner. Blue team's really strong solo. Teemo wants a kill. A little bit of damage onto T.I. Jeff. Kamikaze's just around the corner. This is rude. Thank you for the screenshot. I'll make sure and definitely check that out after this game. T.I. Jeff going to get pulled in, but a nice condemn as well. And the Blitzcrank, they're trying to get as much damage as possible. Tom Kench hanging around to the side there, trying to get damage onto the Blitzcrank. Not going to be able to find the mark. There's the ultimate from Xerath, but I think it was actually stopped by Rek'Sai. So Blitzcrank landing a hit on the Vayne, going to take her down as well. Turning on to Tom Kench. Can he get out of this one? Doesn't look like the face of the mountain's going to keep him alive for too long, and he's going to go down as well. 17 kills to 4. Red team, Kamikaze, has not had any opportunity to pick up any kills. Now 7k gold in the lead. I don't join for this. I just want to have fun. T.I. Jeff, I understand. I agree. And I'm not upset with you. I would be upset at Granny too. So don't worry about that. What I am trying to say is, it's not that I don't believe you. It is simply that I cannot do anything about it in the game right now. There's no way for me to ban Granny. There's no way for me to stop Granny from playing. I am spectating with hands off. But, as I've already stated, I can make sure that Granny doesn't play in the next 2 games. So that there doesn't need to be any more worry about that. So, alright, cool. We're cool. So, 17 to 4. Blue team definitely advantage. However, that is not the end of the game. As I always say, it takes one team fight to turn a game. Riven, even though down 1-5, is still a very strong champion. Vayne has finished her Blade of the Ruined King. Bitcoin gonna get a stun on your drunk Granny. A ton of damage. However, Ren's get the dock up. She needs to just use the crescent to finish her off. Oh, LeBlanc picks it up just before jumping. Ren's on the run. Now there's the silence. The knockup from the Blitzcrank as well. She's on the run. The clone is down. She's gonna be taken out by Warwick. Riven on the run now. Just a couple more hops and we'll get to safety on that one. Vayne chilling out in the mid lane, waiting for blue team to make their inevitable push down the lane. 2 dragons over to Team Solo Teemo, and they're going to be pushing in. No dragons on Team Kamikaze yet, but still a great pick off on this Xerath. What a great play there. Tristana pushing onto the tower. There's going to be Tahm Kench defending it, making sure he eats up as many of these minions as possible. I didn't want what he said to go over my word because he is your one-year friend. I apologize for the spam. Friends are a huge thing, but friends do not beat the game as a whole. I don't care how long you've been friends, there's no reason to beat up on somebody just because they're having a bad game. You need to support your team members, no matter how bad they're doing, to have a good game. You want to actively say, hey man, don't worry about it, we'll get it, I'll come and gank, we're going to continue this game, we're going to win this game, it's going to be fine. And even if you lose, you say, hey man, don't worry about it, it's just a game, it's not the end of the world, we did our best, we had a good game, we're going to keep moving forward. So friendship does not overrule anything. It is about simply playing your best no matter what happens and having a positive attitude. We do not want the almost steal there from Tahm Kench on the Rek'Sai. Eliza taking that one. It is not about friendships are a huge thing. You definitely want to have friends, but you don't want that to beat out his music playing in the background. That was just like wah, annoying me. Anyway, back to the game. Team Solo Teemo, whoop, doing a grand job. Can Blitzcrank land the hook here? He's continuing to speed in. Renson on the run. There's going to be that slow. He's not going to be able to get in time. Bitcoin trying to hit some minions and doesn't even worry about using it. I wanted to alt-tab back so I could see that Team Solo mid up there. Okay, and directed camera once again. Cool. So, Renson, hanging out just off to the side of this tower, wants to make sure that it does not go down and at least defends it as much as possible. Rek'Sai going to find Fluffy as 37. He's going to get knocked up in the air. Riven just around the corner. Can they take out this super tanky Shen? He also has Blade of the Rune King. He's already used it. Bitcoin solo help. There's the Shen ultimate. And Renson getting burst damage. The Ignite's down. Renson is Riven picking up that one. Teabagger now very low health. There's the Blade of the Rune King gone by Vayne, your drunk granny moving in, flashes in, gets the kill onto the Shen. Now moving in, there are only two members left of red team. The Warwick and the Tristana. Warwick in the mid lane. He's going to get slowed down. Tahm Kench doesn't care about the tower. He wants all three procs. He's going to eat the Warwick. He's going to grab that one. Head right back out. Look at this Tahm Kench tank. Doesn't even care. Who's going to get the kill? It's LeBlanc picking up that one. Now E-King running around to the outside. Tristana pushing into the bottom lane. But can 4 men push as fast as 5 men? T.I. Jeff going to go ahead and start recalling, making sure they can stop this Tristana while the rest of the team moves in. There's Tristana doing a ton of damage to the tower. Has to back off. Wait for minions. There's the recall by Tristana. The recall by Tahm Kench as well. And they're going to get a second tier tower as well for this one. So turret for turret, but this bottom turret is down. There's the inhibitor. Tahm Kench speeding in with home guards. Can he get on to this Tristana? The buster shot going to keep her safe for the moment. She's going to hop away from this one as well. So at least they stop the Tristana from getting the inhibitor, but that is an open inhibitor. No, Tahm Kench is still chasing in. The rest of red team collapsing. This is really good for red team at the moment. E-King going to continue moving in. There's 3 procs. He's going to eat her and spit her right into the rest of the team. They're waiting for the stun. There's the stun directly on Tristana, and it is only Riven and Tahm Kench that get the credit for that kill. Riven picking up that one. Went 1-5, turned 4-5. A lot of gold on that Riven. About almost 3,000 gold going to be spent to buy a lot of awesome new pretty items. In the meantime, that is a Vayne who is probably waiting on a certain item. There we go. Trying to figure out what to buy. I decided to buy Zeal rather than Lifesteal because she already has Lifesteal on the Blade of the Ruined King. So no reason for Lifesteal on that one. And so huge turn around for Team Kamikaze. A great play there. They caught out several members of blue team and just one by one walked through their team. Had that coordination in the team fights and was able to get it all down. So blue team not exactly grouped as well as they want to be. Fluffy is 37, not taking damage. Oh my goodness, there is that Tiamat coming out from Riven, which is just huge. Going to be doing a ton of damage with that one. So Luden's Echo finished on big coin. Going to have a little bit of AoE damage. Renson just looking to grab some farm. Down to half health here. Oh, Teabagger coming in once again. Rek'Sai just off to the side trying to get some slows down. Can Teabagger land this hook? It is going to be up to the outplays. Oh, a great snare from LeBlanc. Going to stop Blitzcrank in the tracks. LeBlanc can jump over any of these walls. She's just trying to figure out which wall she wants to jump over. There's one jump. Oh, can she dodge all 3? Second one. Oh, great plays there. It flashes as well. Invisible. Can she get out of this one? Oh my goodness, her jumps are almost impossible to find, but there's so many members of blue team hanging around. Hey, McQuacker1, thank you for the follow. 8-0 now, super low health. Jumped back around, used the ultimate on Rek'Sai, but wasn't able to dodge the Riven, just turning right back in. Tristana took out the mid lane turret, and now there's pushing pings on the bottom lane inhibitor. However, TI Jeff on the run. She has the movement speed towards enemy champions, but not away. There's the flash from Tristana, guaranteeing that kill. Wants to make sure it doesn't go down. Blue team pinging for the third dragon. Riven head towards the mid lane just to grab some extra farm on the way. Luden's Echo finish for LeBlanc as well. Gonna have some of that extra damage. But yo, when I get level 30, can you spectate me? God is us among us. You don't need level 30. You just need to jump into a game. That is it. That's all you need. Blue team now moving in, grabbing dragon. That's going to be the third dragon of the game. The rest of blue team now headed towards the mid lane. Which lane are they going to push, mid or bottom lane? Looks like Tristana is going to head towards that bottom lane, wants to push it back out. They have that open inhibitor down there and want to make use of it. Shen trying to figure out, probably type to the team where he wants to go and what the best course of action is. Baron is up and available for anyone to take. However, red team not exactly in the position they want to. The bottom lane inhibitor being the one to open is the worst, and it is going to be a surrender on red team. Kamikaze decides to try to win by blowing up their own Nexus. No, doesn't have the opportunity to get just didn't feel they had the advantage they needed to finish the game off. So, why you Elaine bully Granny? Okay, once again, I'm gonna hit on this. All right. So here's the key for everyone involved. For everyone involved, whether you think somebody else is at fault, whether you think there's a little bit of your fault, doesn't matter. There is no reason for you to rant to or to complain about somebody doing poorly. Because when you complain about somebody doing poorly, you pull them down. They're here emotionally. They're at this level emotionally. They could be up here if they were doing well, but they're already feeling bad because they're doing poorly. And so they're already down. And then when you pull them even further down, that doesn't help you get to a win. That doesn't help you turn the game around. That doesn't help you go anywhere. So instead, you lift them up. You pull them back up as if they were doing good. Not because they are doing good, but because mentally you want to be in a place that you're going to make the best choices. And you make the best choices when you are doing good. So you want to make sure that you are doing as good as possible and you're helping your teammates do as good as possible. When you're in a negative state of mind, are you going to be thinking about the best ways to be an advantage and pushing the enemy team and getting these kills and stuff? No, you're thinking about how much better can I do right now, not the team as a whole. So support your team. Bring your whole team up. Include your team. Even if they're doing poorly, say, you know what? Don't worry about it. At least you haven't died yet, and that's good. You haven't fed Xerath. That's great. Yes, you may not have roamed as much as you wanted to, but you're still hanging in there, and that's good. If your team is feeding, hey, it sucks that you're feeding, but you know what? We got that top lane tower. That's some more gold in our pocket. Let's play defensively. Let's ward for this dragon. Let's make sure that we make these plays. You always have to be thinking on the most positive side of things. You don't want to think on the negative side of things, because as soon as you start thinking negatively, that's when this game really begins to really lose for you. So, my name on LOL is Rito Gooby. You can if you spectate. I think you, God Among Us, should jump into this next game, because we're going to turn around and play another game! Because League of Legends is about having fun, and we want to make sure that everyone is having the most fun as possible. We don't want to have negative games. Even if you are losing, it's not the end of the world. It's this crazy thing called a game. It's a game. It's just a game, guys. It's one game out of the thousands that you play. That's one game. Everyone made good plays in that last game. Everyone made good plays in that last game. Everyone was a key element of that last game. So regardless of how badly you did, feeding, not feeding, involved in the teamfights, not involved in the teamfights, everyone had a good play. And that's what the game is about, is simply opening up the opportunity for people to make some of these good plays. So don't cry. It's all good. It's all good. I am going to, raging or not, ask your drunk granny to not play these next two games out of his choice, because he's